This is Real Talk, the Customer Insights Show with Jenn Vogel, a top-rated live stream and podcast in the market research and insights industry. We stream live on LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and you can listen on all major podcast channels. Join Jenn and her guests for a weekly discussion around topics that will help you understand your customers better. Real Talk is presented to you by VoxPopMe, the leader in video research and ranked number 1 in qualitative research by Grit 2 years running. Here's today's conversation.
Welcome to Real Talk, the Customer Insights Show, a podcast where we explore the latest strategies and techniques for gathering and leveraging consumer insights. I'm your host, Jenn Vogel, and I'm excited to bring you interviews with some of the brightest minds in market research and customer insights industries. On this show, we share insights and strategies that professionals in market research, marketing, and anyone who wants to understand their customers better will find helpful. We'll discuss various topics, including customer journey mapping, user experience research, data analysis, and more. So join me on this journey as we deep dive into the world of consumer insights and learn how to gather and use data to inform business decisions and drive results. Stay tuned for interviews with industry experts and practitioners who will share their insights and experiences on how to understand and connect with your customers. Now, that intro was written completely by AI through OpenAI's GPT platform. I'm going to do that the whole episode. I'm going to mispronounce it, but I'm going to do my best. So on today's episode, I will interview an AI human to talk about AI and market research. All of the answers to today's questions were generated by ChatGPT, which we then input into Synthesia to create a human-like expert that I'm interviewing today. I told you we were going to have fun entering the new year. First episode of 2023. I'm super excited to share this with all of you. So let's get into it. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jenn. I'm so excited to chat with you. It's the first time I've been on a live stream.
Amazing. Really excited to get this kicked off. One of the questions that we ask all of our guests to start off every show is, what does Agile research mean to you? So why not ask that here as well?
I'm happy to answer that as well, Jenn. Agile research is an approach to conducting research that is characterized by flexibility, iterative experimentation, and a focus on delivering value quickly. It is based on the Agile software development methodology, which emphasizes rapid prototyping and iteration, close collaboration between team members, and flexibility in response to change. In Agile research, the research process is divided into small chunks, or sprints, during which the research team works on a specific set of research tasks. These sprints are typically shorter than traditional research projects, lasting anywhere from a few days to a few weeks. At the end of each sprint, the team reviews their progress and adjusts their research plan accordingly. One key aspect of Agile research is the focus on delivering value quickly. This means that the research team is constantly looking for ways to generate insights and learnings that can be put into action as soon as possible. This can involve conducting small-scale experiments or prototypes to test out ideas, as well as seeking feedback from stakeholders and incorporating it into the research process. Overall, the goal of Agile research is to create a flexible, adaptive research process that is able to respond to changing circumstances and deliver value to the organization in a timely manner. It is a popular approach in fields such as software development, marketing, and product development, but it can be applied to any area where research is being conducted.
Wow. I mean, I'm just to kick us off, I'm blown away by the quality of response that I'm getting from this technology. I'm excited to dive into actually how this technology can be applied in market research. But just to linger on the Agile topic for a second, I think that the points about iterative experimentation and driving value quickly are themes that I hear all the time from customers and from others, experts in the industry. So really spot on for what's important when we're thinking about Agile market research. OpenAI has been in the news with ChatGPT and DALL-E 2, which create content based on instructions. So It's exactly what we've done here for this episode. For anyone who's just joining, we've asked our questions through ChatGPT and are using Synthesia to turn this into a live interview. So ChatGPT does this through written word, and Dolly creates graphics based on spelled out instructions. So, and the company behind those services, again, is OpenAI. So let's start off by understanding the basics. Can you explain to us what OpenAI is, and also touch on some of the business applications for AI technologies?
OpenAI is a research organization that aims to promote and develop friendly artificial intelligence in a way that benefits humanity. The organization was founded in 2015 by a group of high-profile entrepreneurs with the goal of advancing and promoting research in the field. There are many potential business applications for AI technologies, including the following: the automating of processes and tasks. AI technologies can be used to automate a variety of processes and tasks, freeing up human workers to focus on more high-level tasks. It improves decision-making. AI technologies can analyze large amounts of data and provide insights and recommendations to help businesses make better decisions. It enhances customer experiences. AI technologies can be used to improve customer service by providing personalized recommendations and assistance. AI can increase efficiency. AI technologies can help businesses operate more efficiently by identifying bottlenecks and inefficiencies in processes.
One of the things I find really interesting about this response about the business applications of AI is that I've not even started asking questions about market research, consumer insights, customer experience, and already these are some of the top applications. The analysis of large data sets, which is, certainly a big challenge for our industry, especially as we're thinking about data from different sources and merging them together. Taking inefficient tasks off our plate so that we can focus on higher level, more important, kind of more human thinking questions that or answers that need to be sort of evaluated. And then also just personalization in research when it comes to what survey questions are asking, personalization in marketing and customer experience, just really interesting stuff. If you're just joining us, we are talking to an AI human whose responses to my questions have been generated by ChatGPT. And please, I see some people commenting in. Great to see your comments. Please engage with us throughout the episode. So while there's a lot of different business applications for AI, let's talk specifically about some of the applications for AI in consumer research.
AI technologies have many potential applications in consumer research, including the following: sentiment analysis. AI technologies can be used to analyze consumer sentiment by processing large amounts of data from social media, surveys, and other sources. Market segmentation. AI technologies can be used to identify patterns and trends in consumer behavior, allowing businesses to segment their market and tailor their products and services to specific groups of consumers. Personalization. AI technologies can be used to personalize products and services for individual consumers, improving the customer experience. Predictive modeling. AI technologies can be used to predict consumer behavior and preferences, helping businesses to anticipate and meet consumer demand. Customer service. AI technologies can be used to improve customer service by providing personalized assistance and recommendations to consumers. Opinion mining. AI technologies can be used to analyze consumer opinions and feedback, helping businesses to identify areas for improvement.
One of the things I think is really interesting is there's a lot of focus on leveraging AI and this type of automation for analysis and modeling and segmentation. That seems like that makes a lot of sense to me that would be a really strong application for AI and market research. But I'm also starting to hear and see things emerge like, AI chat moderators for market research, which is, the sort of front end of research, which is really interesting to me, that I think is kind of the next phase of what we're seeing emerge. And, I think what that tells me is that it's really a space to watch. The possibilities are really endless, and there's a lot of opportunity that maybe we haven't even uncovered yet. So as we're thinking about some of the ways that we might use AI in our research strategy, what are some of the negatives to consider, or the watchouts when using AI in research?
There are both potential positives and negatives to using artificial intelligence in research. Here are some potential negatives to consider. Bias. AI systems can reflect and amplify the biases that are present in the data they are trained on. This can lead to biased or unfair outcomes if the data used to train the AI is biased or unrepresentative. Transparency. AI systems can be difficult to understand and interpret, making it challenging to determine how they arrived at their conclusions. This lack of transparency can make it difficult to trust the results of AI-powered research. Ethical considerations. AI can raise ethical concerns when it is used to make decisions that affect people's lives, such as in the criminal justice system or in hiring decisions. Job displacement. The increasing use of AI in research may lead to job displacement as some tasks are automated. Dependence on AI. Reliance on AI can lead to a lack of critical thinking and problem-solving skills, as people may become too reliant on AI to do their thinking for them. Overall, it is important to carefully consider the potential impacts and limitations of using AI in research, and to ensure that appropriate safeguards are in place to mitigate any negative consequences.
So there's a few things here that, I think maybe are almost in contradiction of each other in some ways. I know that it's always been a big concern in the market research industry, not necessarily specific to AI, but just in automation and technology in general, this idea of job displacement and, what's the role of a market researcher if the research is automated. And that is one of the watchouts mentioned here. By ChatGPT about AI in consumer research. However, the next point right after is an over-reliance. An over-reliance on AI equals a lack of critical thinking. And critical thinking is the key to making the right decisions leveraging research. So, relying solely on the analysis or the results that have been served up to us by automation, by technology isn't enough on its own. The critical thinking piece is what is going to protect the industry from this fear of job displacement and that sort of thing. Another really interesting mention here is about bias, and I think that's definitely one that different industry associations are really aware of, and how important it is that the input into the AI that we're relying on is as diverse as we expect the output to be. And so that's another big watch out. And speaking of some of these other safeguards, I want to ask a little bit more specifically about one of them that was mentioned about transparency. So how can we make AI more transparent in research?
That's a great question, Jen. There are a few ways to make artificial intelligence, AI, and data more transparent in research. Explainable AI. Developing AI systems that can provide explanations for their decisions or outputs can help to increase transparency and understanding of how the AI system arrived at its conclusions. Data documentation. Ensuring that data used to train AI systems is well documented and that the data sources are clearly identified can help to increase transparency and accountability. Open data. Making data used in research openly available to others can help to increase transparency and facilitate the reproduction of research results. Data governance. Establishing clear policies and guidelines for data use, storage, and sharing can help to ensure that data is used ethically and responsibly. Peer review. Subjecting AI-powered research to the same level of peer review as other research can help to ensure that the results are accurate and transparent. Auditing. Regularly auditing AI systems to ensure that they are functioning as intended and not introducing bias can help to increase transparency and accountability.
So what I'm hearing is, just like any implementation of new technology, whether it's AI driven or not, there is a level of change management and process that needs to go into it to ensure that it's working properly, that you've got the right parameters around it, the right rules of engagement, the right governance, documentation, all of these things, and this kind of regular auditing. There's always a human component to ensuring that this is rolled out properly and with the right safeguards in place so that you are making decisions based on the right data and the right results. But that means that somebody's got to do that. You need people who are responsible for ensuring that this change happens in the right way. So it's worth discussing who should run these projects and initiatives. So over to you, ChatGPT. In your opinion, who should lead AI in research in any company?
The leadership of artificial intelligence in research in a company will depend on the specific needs and goals of the company. Some options for leading AI in research might include Chief AI Officer. A Chief AI Officer is a senior-level executive responsible for overseeing the development and implementation of AI strategy and initiatives within a company. They might be responsible for leading AI research within the company. AI Research Team. A company might have a dedicated team of researchers focused on AI, led by a team leader or manager. This team would be responsible for conducting AI research and development within the company. AI Research Department. Some larger companies may have a separate department focused on AI research, led by a department head or director. This department would be responsible for conducting AI research and development and working with other departments to integrate AI into the company's products or services. Ultimately, the leadership of AI in research in a company will depend on the company's size, structure, and goals. It is important to ensure that AI research is aligned with the company's overall strategy and that there is effective communication and collaboration between different teams and departments.
I love this answer, and I'll tell you why in a second. If you're just joining us, all of the questions in today's episode have been asked to ChatGPT and run through Synthesia to create an AI human to answer them for us. We're talking about AI and research, and I love that even this OpenAI platform is giving me responses like "it depends." That's always the ongoing joke on this show and a lot of others. The answer is always "it depends." However, a lot of the roles that we're talking about being responsible for AI, I think in a lot of companies don't exist yet. So this is emerging. This is happening right now. And I'm excited to see kind of where it goes and how these AI specific teams and departments and roles start to emerge, especially when we're talking about consumer products and consumer research teams. So when we're thinking about building these research teams that are specific to AI or AI teams in general, what training is needed to really be a part of an AI research team?
To be a member of an artificial intelligence research team, you will typically need to have a strong foundation in math, computer science, and machine learning. Depending on the specific focus of the research team, you may also need expertise in a related field, such as natural language processing, computer vision, or robotics. Here are some specific skills and qualifications that may be helpful for a career in AI research. A bachelor's or master's degree in a field such as computer science, electrical engineering, mathematics, or a related field. Proficiency in programming languages such as Python, C, or Java, as well as machine learning frameworks such as TensorFlow or PyTorch. Strong problem-solving skills and the ability to think creatively and critically. Familiarity with machine learning algorithms and techniques, such as supervised and unsupervised learning, neural networks, and deep learning. Experience working with large data sets and using tools such as SQL and data visualization software. Strong communication skills, and the ability to work effectively in a team environment. While these skills and qualifications can be helpful, they are not necessarily required for all AI research positions. The specific requirements will depend on the focus of the research team and the specific role you are applying for.
So I just have to say, like, I have none of those skills. And I think that there's like often when there's certainly for me, I'll speak for myself. When there's a new technology like this that everybody is talking about, there's a fear of a little bit of imposter syndrome when maybe you don't have some of these skills. Maybe you're not proficient in Python or Java or SQL data or any of those things, which I am not. But I hope that we can keep the conversation open and like learn from each other, because I think that's how all of us, whether we're building AI research departments or we just want to know what's going on in our industry, this is happening. There's always a risk of like kind of hiding under a rock and ignoring it because it's confusing. It's certainly confusing to me. I still have a lot to learn, and I'm learning so much just today from our AI expert, and I hope you guys are too. But I guess another question that I have is what's some advice that you would give to a market researcher who wants to learn more about AI?
If you are a market researcher and want to learn more about AI, here are some suggestions. Read up on the basics. There are many resources available online that can help you learn about the basics of AI and how it works. This will give you a foundation of knowledge that you can build upon. Learn a programming language. To work with AI technologies, you will need to have some programming skills. There are many programming languages that are commonly used for AI applications, including Python, R, and Java. Take online courses. There are many online courses and tutorials that can help you learn about AI and how to apply it in a market research context. Some popular platforms for learning about AI include Coursera, edX, and Udemy. Join a community. There are many online communities of AI enthusiasts and professionals where you can ask questions, share your knowledge, and learn from others. Some examples include the AI subreddit, the Machine Learning subreddit, and the AI Stack Exchange. Attend conferences and workshops. Attending conferences and workshops on AI can be a great way to learn from experts in the field and network with other professionals.
Well, such an interesting topic, and obviously lots still to learn. I hope that this is just the beginning of the conversation. I know I've had a lot of fun. Interesting way to host today's episode. Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks everyone for joining in. We're going to be back next week chatting with best-selling author Sherwet Mansour to talk about her book, Why No One Is Buying Your Product. We'll see you then. Happy New Year. But before we go, did you enjoy your first live stream, ChatGPT?
I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for inviting me to participate in your live stream. As someone who was new to the world of live streaming, I have to say that I had an absolutely amazing time. From the moment I joined the stream, I felt welcomed and supported by both you and the rest of the community. I also have to say that you did an incredible job of keeping things running smoothly and making sure that everyone had a chance to be heard. Your professionalism and dedication to creating a positive experience for everyone involved really shone through, and I am so grateful to have had the opportunity to be a part of it. So thank you once again for having me on the stream, Jen. It was an absolute pleasure, and I hope to have the chance to do it again sometime in the future. Thank you for an unforgettable experience.